Hello and welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. Well, today we're going to discuss beasts of the Mesozoic. Tyrannosaur series is in full effect. It began several weeks ago with the acquisition of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the 1/18 scale adult Tyrannosaurus Rex, and today we are going to look at the juvenile version. You see the packaging, you see the artwork, very nice. You see all of the accessories that come with it. This is going to be pretty exciting for me, and hopefully for you guys you'll get to see it. And if you have not acquired one of your own, or it's on the way or whatever, this may help in your decision making. Anyway, you see the figure, you see the accessories, there's a backdrop behind all of that, and you see the artwork, Beasts of Mesozoic Tyrannosaur series, 1/18 scale. On the top there, we've got that logo, and then we also have that on the side there. We don't have avatars like we did with the Ceratopsian series, or even with the Raptor series. I guess being Tyrannosaurs, they speak for themselves. Anyhow, this is what we have on the rear, and we've got Tyrannosaurus Rex Juvenile. The read-up is: the juvenile form of the massive Tyrannosaurus Rex adult was quite different in stature and proportion, with the important discovery of the Jane specimen in 2001. Notable differences between the juvenile and adult forms were found, including proportionately larger arms and longer legs, 12 more teeth than an adult, and an estimated weight of only 680 kilograms versus 7,000 kilograms of an adult. And we all know that the adult tyrannosaurs were they were big beasts for sure. The dino stats: length approximately 6.4 meters or 21 feet long. This is a juvie, so you know what I'm saying. It's basically half the length of a full-grown one, and there were several theropod dinosaurs that only made it to 21 feet at their largest, and they were full-fledged adults, and this is a juvenile. It's incredible when you think about it that way. Weight 680 kilograms, as previously stated, 1,500 pounds. This reads at age 2. I believe that's what it's trying to say, at age 2. Forgive me for stopping right there. I just wanted to make sure I was accurate. Oh, my bad, age 11. I'm saying 2. At age 11, which probably, that kind of makes sense. I think that's the Jane specimen. I believe that's what they estimated the age of that particular juvenile tyrannosaur to be. It's amazing how they can actually determine that. The location: Western North America, the Hell Creek Formation. Time period: late Cretaceous, 66 million years ago. Discovered in 1902 by Barnum Brown. The features for this particular figure: 12 inches long, 20 points of articulation. It's got an optional standing rod parts, 3 sets of interchangeable feet, posable wire and tail, detailed base with foot pins. I'm messing that all up, but we're going to keep it there because let you know that we keep it real here at Ruckosaurus Rex. Below that, we have the entire wave, wave 1 in fact. From left to right, we've got the 1/6 scale Dilong Paradoxus. Now, the Dilong is the same length as most of the raptors, because in real life it was around the same size as most of the raptors, about 6 to 6.5 feet long. So they kept it real with that. Hopefully we'll get a 1/18 scale Dilong, just like how we got 1/18 scale raptors. So that's my most fervent hope. I'm not really all that interested in the Dilong. Maybe sometime down the line when I'm in the mood to spend some money, I might get it. But for right now, that's the only one of this wave that I don't have and don't intend on getting. Then we have Guanlong, we have Tyrannus, And of course, we've got the 1/18 scale Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is at the far right. But before that, we have the 1/35 scale Tyrannosaurus Rex, which had the same paint job, just smaller. It was in scale with like PNSO and Rebor and all of those figures and whatnot. So anyway, that's what we got going there. Turning it back to the front so you can see what we have going there. And now it's time to get our young guy out of packaging and see what's the what. Here's a look at the backdrop included with our juvenile Tyrannosaurus Rex. And no, we're not out of focus. This is a foggy, basically forest line. So yeah, at first I thought it was, I didn't look at it closely enough and peeped it through the viewfinder, and I thought it was out of focus a little bit. But then when I looked up, I could see that no, it's just it's basically foggy. It's like it's a bog. So you know how fog and mist rise off of swamps and things of that nature. That's what this backdrop is supposed to. Here's a look at the included base. You can see it's the more or less the base is basically a brown sandy color, surrounded by, we'll call it moss of some kind, or you know, whatever is supposed to pass for foliage in the swamp. You've got imprints for the feet to fit in. There's a peg right there to help assist with standing. As you could see, nothing's going on in the bottom. We've got a porthole there for the pegs to help support. There's another peg on the other end here. So yeah, pretty nice base that we got. To go along with that base, we've got a couple rods of different sizes to help with posing and positioning. We also get a pair of clips to help assist with standing. These are the same kind that we got in all of the Raptor series. We have an open one here, wider opened, that we would use for the upper and mid torso. And then we have this clip right here where it would be down there in the pelvic region. And we also get this attachment, which also helps to stabilize the figure. It's about a 45-degree angled attachment. And we also got these with some of the later Raptors in that series. Our Juvie also comes with a couple other sets of toes, feet. This set right here are the raised up stepping off toes, I like to call them. As you can see right there, the toes are splayed out, but you can see that they're shaped like they're pressing up, so they'll still be on the ground, but he's raising up off of that foot. And finally, we have the closed toes. These are usually displayed as the animal has raised that particular foot off of the ground entirely, or you know, running poses with the foot lifted up, what have you. And now for our Juvie itself. As with basically all of the beasts of the Mesozoic figures, the tail comes separate from the rest, and you see the peg back there, dumbbell joint. Just line it up, press it in. You may need to use heat in order to do this for that tight fit. And I have managed to do this on camera, and the tail is bendy wire, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, since I already have him up, I may as well go through the articulation since I showed the bendy wire tail. We've got articulated jaw. See how far wide that can go down. So you have that. The tongue is, I think the tongue is articulated too. Is that, yeah, it's going up. So the tongue is articulated as well. You've got articulation here at the head, and that's some great head movement right there attached to the neck. And then the neck, of course, attached to the body. That is also great. This right here is incredible. Look at that range. I'm going to turn That is great. I think this is the best head neck articulation so far out of any beast of the Mesozoic figure we've gotten. Look at that. That is something else. My jaw does appear to be somewhat offset, so that's unfortunate. It is what it is, I guess. The body, as always, you could turn it in and out like that, up and down. Then, of course, the arms, the forelimbs, you can rotate them. They splay out. You've got articulation there at that elbow, and you've got articulation at the fingers. It rotates, and they have a horizontal hinge. Your hind limbs, you see you can rotate. You've got articulation at the knee. You've got articulation at that, we'll call it ankle joint, first ankle, whatever. You've got it, foot articulation there, up, down, left, right, and it can swivel. And then you already saw with the tail where it connects up at, it does go left, right, up, and down. And you already saw that it's got the bendy wire tail. My apologies on that last segment. I had the lights turned away so the glare wouldn't be on the packaging, and I neglected to put them back. So if it looked a little dark, I apologize. Once I realized it, I was like, I went too far, so I wasn't going to redo it. I think it still looked pretty good. We are in 4K, so that is something. And I've got our Juvenile here standing on its own. It took some doing, but it can be done. You can stand this figure without the rods to hold it up, but I guarantee you'll be quite limited in what type of poses you want to get it in. So I advise you to use the base and definitely use the rods so you can get your Juvenile T-Rex in some better posing positions. I got so excited I also forwent the rotating base segment, but that's okay. That is okay. What we have here, you see the nice paint scheme, and it looks very, very nice. Very similar to the adult Tyrannosaurus Rex, but different enough to distinguish it, make it an individual on its own. And one thing you can see is like what the information on the back of the packaging stated, that the proportions on the juveniles are quite different than on the adults, and you could see it right there for yourselves. Look how long those hind limbs are, and how long the forelimbs are. So they actually got smaller as they got larger, and I don't know if they necessarily got smaller or if where the we'll call it the shoulders meet the arms, if they just got more bulky, more muscular, and you know what I'm saying, they overcame and gave the appearance that the limbs got tinier. But they're definitely longer for sure in this iteration of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I must say that when they were younger, they had to be some quick guys, that's for sure. So they were little terrors, and they grew into big terrors the whole time. But looking at the paintwork here, I'm going to lift it up under knowing full well that I probably won't be able to stand it back up on its own power in this particular segment, but that's okay. This is what we do. So you see the base browns. You've got browns and brick colored browns, very nice. The spotting. You've got to look at this underside right here. That looks great right there, the way how that comes out with this style of brown over this creamier brown, and then there's a wash over that. The underside, you see that that cream color right there. You've got two different shades. The cream color's on the interior of the forelimbs, and you've got that brown on the outskirts. The claws on the two fingers, painted nice and black. As far as the head sculpt is concerned, you've got very nice there. Also note that the snout on the juvenile Tyrannosaurs is a lot narrower, longer. You know, and they just they basically stubbed up, so to speak, and got big, became big old heads. But this guy with the narrow snout and the long limbs, this Tyrannosaurus Rex, when they were young, they were built for speed, obviously, because this just makes it aerodynamic right there when you think about it. So yeah, pretty cool. Looking at the front, already rocking the binocular vision. You've got nice paint work there on the crests, the top of the snout, and then you see that coloration there for that very snout. The eyes are has its father's eyes, blue with black pupils. Very nice there. Going down, you see with the rear, the hind limb, you've got more of that black that's speckled out, and then it gets back into that familiar brown. That's the base color for this particular animal. And then you see it goes into that cream color. Then you've got the wash there, kind of like an orangey kind of brown there. The scoots has got that that paint there. Show it on that side there. It's a little bit easier. You can see that. And the claws painted black, including the dew claw there. Nice. The tail, everything is continuous. It's all very consistent. You got the striping, dark brown striping over the lighter brown, brick kind of brown on top of that. And then of course you got the cream colored underneath there. And the same thing repeats on the other side. So yeah, so that's pretty nice. Let's see if I can stand our young guy back up. Once again, I'm not expecting to, but let's see if I can. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to do it either. Oh, almost. Almost. So, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time. It's probably going to fall over, but that's what we have. Oh, there he goes. But you know what it is. I already told you. You probably won't be able to keep them in that in a pose for very long. So next time I pose him, it'll be with the base and the rods. So here we have our juvie on the base, and I was being hard-headed. I was trying to stand it with a raised foot leg. You see that left hind limb has got the raised foot. And you know, there are pegs for the regular feet that come with it attached already, pegs for that. And you know, I still maintain if you use one of those feet that have the pegs, you could find a way to stand your bipedal dinosaurs without the stand, because they interrupt the visual. But I mean, you need them. So I tried doing it, and he stood for maybe 2 seconds at the most every time. So I finally capitulated and said, let me use the rods. But yeah, you could still get them in some very nice dynamic poses. I want to show you guys something real quick. If I can, you probably fall over knowing me, but we'll see. I'm going to try to turn the figure towards the other side a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about with that neck and head articulation. So I think if I leave it right there, you see what I'm talking about. I have our juvie's neck swinging to its right, but the head is swinging back left. I'm standing on that until I see others. Up till this point, this is the best head neck articulation we've gotten for any beast of the Mesozoic figure. I think it's just, I think it's great. This really ups the ante on the posing possibilities. Here's another pose. Got the tail bent a little bit. I'm using the smaller rod with the 45-degree angle and the pelvic clip, as well as I've got the raised foot on his right side. And well, you see that neck action. I tell you, I know I'm going on and on about that neck, but it really raises the bar on how you can pose this guy. And just so you guys don't think that the juvie T-Rexes had it easy because they were, though they were larger than most other predators, despite being juvie and a lot lot quicker than a lot of the animals that they hunted when they were this young and this size. They had competition at least up to a point. What you see here is the 1/6 scale Dromaeosaurus, but as if you all go back to that review, you'll recall what I stated about the Dromaeosaurus is that it closely resembles the Dakotaraptor, which is one of the two largest raptors, that and the Utah raptor. The Dakotaraptor is about 18 feet long. So was definitely competition for the for juvenile T-Rexes once again up to a point. See, this right here is a good matchup because this Dromaeosaurus, which is for all intents and purposes right now a Dakotaraptor, represents an 18-foot long animal, and the Juvie here is supposed to be 21 feet, age 11 it is. So you could see what I'm talking about. And don't let the plumage on the Dakotaraptor get it twisted. It looks bulkier because it's got all that feathering. They're about, you know what I'm saying, this would be a good matchup if they wanted to fight over food. And I think even at this age, the advantage in terms of bite force still belongs to the T-Rex, despite its youthful visage. And so you can get an idea of what the size of a juvenile Tyrannosaurus Rex is compared to a human being. Here we have of Jurassic Park fame, Robert Muldoon. This is a 1/18 scale figure, so it's perfect right there. What you see is what it would be. And here's another scene that I know you guys want to see right here. We're talking about the rivals of the late Cretaceous, Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Triceratops, only we're doing the juvenile versus the subadult. I don't know why Mr. Silver decided to name the Triceratops a subadult. When you look at the size of it, this is definitely a juvenile Triceratops, and they look good together as well. This is great. So in this particular encounter, I'm still giving the nod to the trike, because it's just got too much bulk in my opinion for the junior juvie here to be able to handle. Just too much. But here's what we want to see, the scene we wanted to see right here. Two reviews, two families united. Here we have Big Daddy Tyrannosaurus Rex, I call him Tyrone, and we've got the Juvie or Junior right alongside there. They look pretty good. And just because we can, there's our guy Mr. Muldoon again, so you can see just how large both these critters are compared to a human being. I tell you, it had to be something going on back then, 65 million years ago. But be that as it may, this is what we got going on. This looks excellent. I can tell you this, this was bittersweet. I was dreading doing this video because I knew I'd have to have a Big Daddy comparison with the and have a scene with the Junior and Big Daddy. And if anyone saw my video with standing direct, you see how I've got him stead right there, you know, legs bent. He's got a raised foot, the right foot, and the left foot is the regular one that you know, doesn't bend at the ankle, just at the knee. Yeah, I actually, since that video, I put him in a more horizontal pose, kind of sort of like you see here. I love this model, but the truth of the matter is that with both the static legs, we'll call them, for me, the Tyrannosaurus Rex stands a bit too vertical, if you will, for my tastes. Theropods, when they moved, they were horizontal, and I was determined to be able to not only get the Tyrannosaurus Rex in a horizontal pose, but have him stay that way. And he was in his horizontal pose for the better part of closing in on 2 weeks without tipping over ever. I mean, no gravity. You don't even see it. It's not like he even lost any of the pose, like he was like gravity was drawing him down or anything like that. And I knew I'd have to break him out of it and bring him up here to my studio stage here and work to get him back in it. And it took some time to get him just like this, but I got him. So we're going to end it like that, because what better way than to have this shot, our outro, looking at Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Juvenile together. And great shot right there. Thank you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think about Juvenile. Tell me what you think about the Juvenile being united with his pop. And what do you think? Do you like the figure? Do you like this combo right here? You know, do you have any complaints, like in regards with the rods and things of that nature? Let me know. Let me know, good, bad, whatever, down in the comments below what you think. Do you have one coming on the way? What's going on? And yeah, put them in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to be notified when I upload another video, there's a bell down there too, so go ahead and hit that as well. On behalf of Junior, along with Tyrone, Big Daddy, thank you again, guys. This was great. Take care.